everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a special manicure for today's holiday, which today is the U.S. Marine Corps' birthday. And my dad is a U.S. Marine Vietnam veteran. So every year I always make sure I call him on his birthday. He has 2 a year. He has his Marine birthday and his real birthday. So I thought this year for his Marine birthday, I would try and do a Marine birthday manicure. So I will get started by telling you what's on my nails. I have a coat of sweet and sour lacquer Smicky sauce. I have 2 coats of sweet and sour lacquer white silk. 2 coats of cracked polish Peep toe. 1 coat of Color Club's Secret Society. And then 1 coat of Orly's Off the Grid. And then I have a coat of sweet and sour lacquer gloss sauce. So I would show you all the plates that I'm going to be using, but there are so many. I always have them listed down below. So I think I'll just tell you what each plate is as I decide to use them, because I have a lot of ideas going on and God knows if I can make it happen or not. So we will see. Get myself set up and we're going to get started. So hold on. Okay, so we're going to start with this plate. This is from MoYou London and this is Happy Birthday 01. And we're going to do just the happy birthday. There's going to be a lot of stamps involved in this one. Because I have to kind of create my own images to get to what I want. Because I don't have a marine stamping plate. Alright, we're going to do it in blue. Alright. And then we're going to use this Halloween plate because my dad's name is Frank. So we're going to do Frank in red. I was going to do red, white, and blue, but with the nail white, it stopped that, didn't it? Oh. Now, the next plate is this denim plate. I need this belt. And I need the belt in white. Okay. Perfect. And I need the belt, and this is going to be for our dress uniform. So they have a white belt on their dress uniform. Okay, so we're done with that plate. I think I'm going to do this flag. But I think I'm going to need 2 stamps for this because I want the blue and the red. So I'm going to start with the corner of the flag. Boy, that made it easy. Alright, so that's the corner. Oops. Now I'm going to do the stripes red. So this is for my pinky. Oh, didn't work. Now, my dad does not talk about Vietnam much, which most veterans do not. Things that I have learned from my father is respect for veterans. He also is very sensitive if he sees an American flag flying that is tattered or worn. Ooh, we're going to use a different stamper. Or just weathered from being in, the elements for a long period of time. He will ask if he can take it down and take it to the VFW to be properly disposed of. My house before, and I learned this because my flag was weathered and my father did not like it, and he said, you need to replace your flag. And I was like, oh, okay. So that I have learned. So we always make sure we always have a flag flying, and we always make sure that it is in good condition. And then we take it down to the VFW, which is the Veterans Veterans of Foreign Wars, and they will properly dispose of the flags. You don't put the flag in the trash. You don't let the flag touch the ground. You fold it, put it in a bag, and they have looks like a mailbox outside of the VFW. where you can put your flag in there, and then they will take all the flags and properly dispose of them. And now I have to use this plate. Hold on. Okay, so this plate, I am trying to make up my own U.S. Marines logo. So wish me luck. So it is the Earth with an anchor and an eagle. So that is where this comes in. All right, so I think I'm going to do it in white. Okay. Okay. All right, so what else have I learned from my dad? Well, my dad goes to breakfast every Thursday with fellow Marines. They all meet at a breakfast joint, and they all have breakfast together, which I think is great. And it gives him camaraderie, and he enjoys it. And then they get to joke around about the fun times and forget about the hard stuff, you know. It's hard to imagine if my boys were that young going to war. And my dad's one of 9, and he has 3 brothers, and 2 of his brothers were also in war. So I don't know how my grandmother did it. So my Uncle Jack was in, I think he was in the Air Force. And my Uncle Albert was also a Marine. So my Uncle Al and my dad, my Uncle Al has passed, but they would always make sure to wear their Marine hats and Marine. They're very proud of their service, which they should be. So I'm going to do this anchor. And I might need to do 2 of them because I have to break it apart. But we'll see how it goes. And if I'm all over the place talking, that's because I'm sure you know I cannot think and talk at the same time. When I have to edit my videos, I'm like, now why did you always call it bedtime bear, but then at the end of the thing you called it nighttime bear? Like, I don't know why I think the way I think. Okay. So I'm going to do 2 of them. And then for a while, I did serve as an auxiliary member of our local VFW, which helps veterans. And I was very proud that I worked with the commander of the VFW at the time. They were doing hometown hero flags for our town, and the VFW got to pick the first 3 flags that they were putting up and would sponsor them. So I, of course, submitted my dad, and I'm very proud that my dad was one of the first 3 flags to be hung up in our town for the hometown heroes. And so they put them up for 2 years, and then they take them down so that somebody else has a chance. So then when they take the flag down, they roll it up and they give it back to you. So I have my dad's flag here in my office rolled up on top of my desk. So I'm very proud that I got to do that for him. And my dad came out and we got to have the ceremony to celebrate the first 3 flags going up. And my dad got his picture with his flag up. So super, super excited about that. Okay. So part of the emblem, like I said, is the earth, the anchor, and an eagle. So luckily I do have an Eagles plate because I'm in Philadelphia and I needed it for the Eagles, the Philadelphia Eagles. But I think this is the eagle that's on their emblem, but I think that's going to be too small. So I think I'm going to have to use this one. Okay. And I've also learned from him, whenever I do see a veteran wearing their veteran hat, no matter how old or how young, I thank them for their service. Get a And every time I've made sure I've done that, they have always been very surprised, which is sad, but appreciate that I've acknowledged it. So I recommend that as well to everybody. And we've usually Memorial Weekend, we've gone with the VFW. They replace and plant flags in the area cemeteries with either a brand new flag if they've never had a flag placed on their gravestone, but we've done it so many times. Every veteran that's buried already has a flag, so we replace the flag each year with a brand new one. So we do that as well. Ooh, flying all over the place. Okay, so I have that. Here's where it's going to get long, so I might have to speed this part up. On this finger, I'm going to put the Marine fight chant, which is Oorah. So I need to do 6 letters. So I think that will be sped up. So when I get done that, then I'll come back and talk more. So hold on. Alright, so I did all them, but I need an exclamation point, which it doesn't have on that, but it does have it on this plate. So we are cutting and pasting. Alright, where's my white now? Here it is. And there we go, folks. Oh, let's mess that up. Ooh-rah. So now the only thing I have to do is fill in these two, and then we might finally be ready to put them on. So hold on again. Okay, and then of course I decided I think I want to use this. I'm going to do one in red and one in blue because I might put some streamers in the background. So I want to be able to isolate some of these streamers so I can use them. Okay. This might be my longest video yet, who knows. I think I've used almost every stamper I own. So when you think I don't have enough stamper, or I have too many stampers, nope, no you don't. You need more. Alright, so I think I have everything done, and I think everything is dry. Sorry, I was a little shaky with the reverse stamping today because I've had about 4 cups of coffee and I haven't had lunch yet, so I'm a little shaky from caffeine. So we're going to start with my pinky, which is going to be the flag. Okay, so hopefully this looks right. Well, we might have to add something to that because that's just a little itty bitty flag. I'll find something for that. All right, and then this is their uniform. So they wear like a navy blue, almost looks black really, dress jacket with lighter blue pants sometimes, and they have a white belt. So we're going to put the white belt on. Either put too much on or not enough. See? Stay on there, dummy. All right. And then we're going to put gold buttons on the top. Hopefully that'll look not horrific. All right. Now the middle, I'm going to try and recreate their emblem, which is the earth in the center, the anchor is on each side of the world, like on an angle. And then at the top of the world is the eagle. So let's see how I do on this. All right, so first I'm going to get tape and I'm going to cut this in half. There we go. Oop. All right. Ah. eagle on top. And that's the top. Oh, that's the bottom. This is the top. So the bottom, I'm going to go down here. And then the top is going to go this way. Not too shabby. All right. Now, how are we going to get 6 letters in here? Hold on. Okay, how I'm going to get 6 letters on there is I'm going to have to break it up, which I can. Of course, I'm using the website as my guide. Ooh! I did not have that screwed on. Okay. Hold on, I just made a mess. Okay, now I'm back. So we're putting oorah on here. So it's going to be OO dash RAH exclamation. I like it. I can't wait to see what my dad says about this. Alright, so now on to the happy birthday. Alright. We got happy birthday, Frank, cupcake. Squigglies if we need it. Oh, I love that. Yeah. Okay, now, we didn't get to use our cupcake, but that's alright. That looks fantastic. I gotta put my 3 buttons on. So, I think I'm using yellow. I don't think I have a shiny yellow now. So I got the biggest dotting tool that I have. Okay. Wow, that was a long one. All right, I'm going to clean up and then I will be back. Hold on. Okay, so I'm back. I'm all cleaned up. I have a coat of my SheModern clear stamping sealer, a coat of my sweet and sour lacquer gloss sauce, my Victorian varnish lavish hand and cuticle cream. That is a scratch from my cat Frost because he likes to get play a little rough sometimes, but he doesn't hurt. It just happens to scratch me, but that's what that is. But so here is my birthday manicure for my dad, and I think for not having a marine nail stamping plate, I think I did pretty good. So I hope he gets a kick out of it. I can't wait to show it to him. So happy birthday to all the U.S. Marines out there. Thank you for your service. You guys are badasses. I know my dad is. He is my hero for many, many reasons. Just the best guy on the planet, and I love him to death. And I hope he has a great Marine birthday. So happy birthday, Dad. So thank you everybody for watching my video. I hope you liked it. Please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you are not subscribed already. I would appreciate it. And I hope to see you in the next video. Make sure you thank a veteran when you see them. Have a good one. Take care. Bye.